Hi, this is Mark from Skywaggon University. Today we're doing a walk around and a chat and a flight in this 1954 Beech 18 that Jimmy Dixon's very kindly brought in. Jimmy, thanks for doing that.
You're very welcome.
So let's take her up for a flight and you can talk us through it.
Let's go.
Jimmy, talk me through what everything does.
Well, for the engine start, we had to prime it, and then we hit a boost for shower sparks, and you crank it 2 blades to get the engine up to speed, and then you throw the mags on.
Oh, while it's spinning?
While it's spinning, and it just really aids in the starting. We're supercharged, so we got to watch the mixtures, but I lean a little bit for taxi. Our cowl flaps are open for cylinder head.
And these are the Pratt 980s? 985s, okay.
450 horse.
Each. Nice.
Placerville traffic, Twin Beech, 3532 Bravo is taxiing up for 23 Placerville. So on takeoff, we'll pull 36 inches. 36.5 is the max and 2300 RPM.
Okay. Are the superchargers always running?
They are. It's a direct drive 10-to-1 ratio, and they're not very big. But what they'll do is they'll give you 75% power at 10,000 feet. So that's where you can get your true airspeed up. You got plenty of horsepower in the thin air with this big airframe.
Right.
So the low teens seem to give you your best true airspeed fuel and power. So she'll do about 165 knots, burning 42 gallons an hour.
42. Oh, but if you wanted it to, it could burn a lot more, couldn't it?
You can.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, I see your feather buttons up there. What's your engine failure procedures on this rig? And
well,
I see a blue line there.
Yeah, it's a standard multi-engine, late multi-engine procedure. Identify, verify, and feather. But the difference is we'll feather with the buttons. So we have electric hydraulic feathering motors. It's a dedicated pump, and it takes engine oil out of a standpipe in the oil tanks. It's always there. It has about 1.5 gallons available at all times. So you want to hit the right button.
That's right. And your throttles in this quadrant are in the middle.
Very good point. Standard Beechcraft throttles in the middle.
Yep. And we have 2 main tanks, and they're both on, and it looks like you only have 1 aux tank per wing.
Correct. 200 total, so it's 75 for 150 in the mains, and then 25 each. So you get 3 hours and an hour reserve with full fuel 200 gallons.
And how is it as a tail dragger?
Well, that's the beauty of this. The fun of this aircraft is the multi-engine tail dragger. And it's just a good combination of skill with... This is very rewarding to do this right. And to get it right in a crosswind is exceptionally challenging.
Is it got a pretty authoritative rudders, those little rudders back there?
Yes, they're effective so long as the tail's flying. Okay, once you set the tail down, you're down to braking. differential braking, and differential thrust.
So wheel landings are the preferred landing technique.
Like a DC-3, the wheel landing is the standard. You just get too slow to do a three-pointer in this.
Yep.
And then it gets a little wallowy and the ailerons get mushy.
Yep.
So we'll come in at 90 knots, we'll sort of split the two.
And on takeoff, is it a big deal like the DC-3, you want to get that tail up and the rudders working?
Yes. We'll let the tail sort of fly itself, and they'll come up about 40. So we're in knots on here, incidentally.
All right.
So this is the run-up. Bags.
Okay, I've cycled the props this morning already. We've already flown once, so our engines are up to temperature. Fuel's on, flaps are set, trim is set, run-up complete, generator suction. So once we line up on the runway, we'll lock the tail wheel, and that's really assist in keeping her straight down the runway, and especially coming back in for the landing.
So you always lock it?
Yes, so we'll taxi with it free, and it will lock it once we're lined up. So the takeoff checklist is complete, guys. Placerville traffic, Twin Beech, 3532 Bravo is departing 23 with a left downwind departure. Tail wheel's locked. What we'll do is roll forward a little bit, tap a brake, and make sure it's centered.
Okay.
36.5.
Fantastic sound. Perfect day. Look at the Sierras.
So on climb out there, looks like we saw 1,500 feet per minute. Pretty common.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
get our cylinder heads cooled off here.
Yep. Cruise climb, 120 knots,
That's
500 foot per minute, 30, 20. And where was that elevator trim indicator? Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the way to travel.
Mark, you want to make a few turns? I'll hold your camera.
I'll go back and make a couple of old fashions. What could possibly go wrong with an old fashioned?
I'll have one since you're on.
I'll just push this button that says booze.
Can I turn there a little bit?
Anything you want.
Oh my God, look at that.
What do you think, Mark? Just fingertip?
It is so light on the controls. I mean, it feels solid, but it's light. It's not like it's lumbering around. 450 horsepower, about 3 feet from me. I like this.
That is a nice eyebrow.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise you'd be looking down here.
I'll set you up with cruise power and lean her out now that we're cooled off.
Wow, she put a little bit of a climb in.
We got EGTs in here.
I like this lower handle. So right now we're burning what, 45 an hour?
About 45. That's a good estimate. So 150 knots over the ground is about normal down here. Up at 10,000, that'll read 165.
Uh-huh. Bonanza speeds.
That's about right.
So we got 1850. Yeah, 1850 on the turns and 25, 6, 7 inches or so. So you closing the cow flaps there, are you?
We're looking for an oil temp of 60.
Uh-huh.
So we're running about 55.
You do have cowl flaps on this, right?
We do. We'll close those up shortly as soon as we get down a little bit.
A little bit more. And those cowl flaps, I don't see them up here. They must be down on the bottom.
Right here to my left.
Oh, I mean on the engines themselves, on the nacelles.
Yeah, they're down.
Down low.
Oh, I see them right here, yeah.
Oh, here go the cow flaps. So now we're in a pretty good cruise configuration. And we want to get the oil temp up to about 60.
What a comfortable cruiser.
What do you think? Should we take it to Oshkosh?
Just lull you right to sleep back here.
That'd be a great trip.
And the gear's electric.
It is. Gears left, both electric with
Manual backup.
Manual crank right here.
Yep. And you got electric controls on your, well, let's see, those cowl flaps are manual.
Manual.
Yeah, and the doors you're working on, the oil coolers.
Oil shutters.
Shutters, are they manual?
They're manual. They're
Okay.
just a flap above the oil cooler.
Okay.
And then carburetor heat, manifold heat.
Yeah. Carb heat much of a concern on the Pratts?
It is.
It is.
I've seen it once going into Lake Tahoe.
Uh-huh. But it's not like the Jacobs engine where you got to run with some carb heat on to prevent them from burping?
I think so, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The shaky
Not that bad, no.
Normally you cruise with the carb heat closed or off.
Right.
Yeah.
Willows traffic, Cessna 298.
And Jimmy, did you restore this aircraft or fix it up? Or?
Well, I got it about 90% complete. And we all know that last 10% is the hardest 10.
Yeah.
Charlie, to the east will be inbound. I had to put the annual on it, and comply with the ADs, you know, all the hard stuff. And then the big one was the spar inspection. We had to have it x-rayed, so we're good for 1,500 hours.
There's Placerville Airport, downtown Placerville. Biggest Sierra's behind us. Jimmy, talk us through the whole kind of downwind, base final land.
Okay, we'll pull 20 inches on downwind, and the gear speed's 108 knots, flaps is 105, so getting her slowed down to the challenge.
108 slow for gear speed, isn't it?
Placerville traffic, Twin Beech, 35, 32 Bravo, on left 45 for 23, downwind. There's gear speed. Here's coming down.
Feel the drag.
One green light.
Yeah.
So that's for the mains and the tail wheel.
Very fast electric gear.
It is.
So the tail wheel retracts.
1/2 flaps, the tail wheel comes up and it has clamshell doors.
Right downwind 16 Willows.
And I don't think the Lockheed Electra had that, so that's a deluxe feature.
Yeah.
So apply 90 knots all the way around the pattern.
Okay. And how do we know the tail wheel's locked?
It's part of the green light.
Okay. It's very similar speeds to like a Cessna 182.
It really is. Those are knots. Placerville traffic, Twin Beech 32 Bravo, turning final 23.
Standby Charlie, in left downwind road.
You do sit tall. Well, you made that look easy. Tail down.
Tail's down, well unlock the tail wheel, open the cow flaps, flaps.
We'll go right down the other end there, Jimmy.
Okay.
That was excellent.
Was that smoother than you thought it would be? Or
Oh yeah.
It looks like it'd fly pretty rough, doesn't it? But it's I think Beech got it right when he made this, didn't he?
Yeah, yep. Aerodynamically well balanced and stable.
Yeah. The first plane I ever went in when I was 18 was a 206 in Alaska, and the second was a DC-3.
Oh boy.
No, it was a Beech 18. It was one of these, your second airplane, wasn't it?
That was the third one.
Oh.
Yeah, that was when I came down from Alaska, because those guys hauled mail, and they were doing fish in the summer in the DC-3. So I rode down from Alaska to Utah in it, and then when I was staying with them and shooting chuckers and hanging out, that was when I needed to get to Salt Lake City, and they said, well, here, have a ride in the Beech 18 mail plane. So I did a night run from Pocatello to Salt Lake City to pick up my drive-away car in one of these. And the back was just full of mail with my backpack on top. Talk about hitchhiking.
What year is this one, Jimmy?
1954. In fact, some information on this aircraft was delivered brand new to R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Corporation, brand new in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And it flew for them, as best I can tell, about 4 years.
Jimmy, that was great. Thanks a lot for
You're
bringing
very
it up.
welcome.
That was fantastic. So this is Mark at Skywagon University, and if you like this video, subscribe on the link, click on the bell, and there's going to be a lot more like it. Hope you enjoyed it.